Welcome back to the hyperbolic trolling chamber. We are back once again. Our minds expanding, our brain expanding, most importantly, the Discord expanding. So we had a lot of cool people join recently. Been kind of a feel strong man. So that's always good to see. I'm experimenting with some new video titles, so I think I always am, or just kind of I I put a video title. I I put a video titled, "Ooh, I think I'm gonna." I don't know. Let me see what it's called actually. Oh, I think it was called, "Ooh, I think he gonna freaked it." Oh my god, this video title is so funny to me, man. I'm not exactly certain why it is, but it's pretty funny. For some reason, it got a lot of views, and so we'll never really understand exactly why the titles do what they do. The next video is called "I Think He Freaked It," and that was really funny. But that one was not received that well by the foundation, so we're gonna have to come up with some new nonsense today. And so I think that's what is going to be the light at the end of the tunnel for this session. Hopefully, we'll find a title that will spark some joy. But that being said, we had a comment the other day that said "Don't stop," and I think it was by someone named Zell. And we can rest assured that we will not stop. Fortunately, we'll keep going as long as Zell is going. If Zell stops, we will stop. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, at this point, not much to think about, not much to say. All that is left to do truly is to show up. So that's kind of where we're at. We're a little bit strapped for time today, so I'm just gonna jump straight into it. We're actually a little bit strapped for time, so I'm actually gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna do a slightly shorter session than usual, but yeah, we're just a little bit short on time today, so we're gonna jump in with 27 minutes, and then yeah. So that being the case, you're going to have find difference which I think we did. Yeah, we did this one. We found lucky integer, even though it was kind of a hard solution, but we were able to get past somehow, so we'll deal with it. We had another one that I think we did as well. We've been kind of running away from projection, and we're gonna keep running away from it. But we're gonna try second largest X of a kind in a deck and count days together. So Allison, this one has a lot of dislikes. So Alice and Bob are traveling to Rome for separate business meetings. You are given 4 strings. Arrive Alice, leave Alice, arrive Bob, and leave Bob. Alice will be in the city from the dates arrive Alice to leave Alice, inclusive, while Bob will be in the city from dates arrive Bob to leave Bob, inclusive. Each will be a 5-character string in the format mm-dd, corresponding to the month and day of the date. Return the total number of days that Alice and so we have arrive Alice and leave Alice, as well as arrive Bob and leave Bob. Alice will be in the city from dates arrive Alice to leave Alice, inclusive, while Bob will be in the city from the dates arrive Bob to leave Bob, inclusive. Each will be a 5-character string in the form of mm-dd, corresponding to the month of and day of the date. Return the total number of days that Alice and Bob are in Rome together. Return the total number of days that Alice and Bob are in Rome together. can assume that all dates occur in the same calendar year, which is not a leap year. The number of days per month can be represented as this. Alice will be in Rome from August 15 to August 18. Bob will be in Rome from August 16 to August 19. They are both in Rome together on August 16th, 17th, and 18th, so the answer is 3. I feel like this is a simulation problem. No leap year, so we can just count up the days. Ideally, we would have some sort of day counter. We would add to the total days if the current day is greater than or equal to Bob's arrival and less than or equal to Bob's arrival, and the day is greater than Alice's arrival and less than Bob's arrival. That way, only that overlap would add it all up. Okay, we are back once again. So we'll have to make this make sense. So, forget where we were on the problem. (0815) to (0818). It seems like we can just set up this inner array here of months, and we could even add an extra element at the front, or just subtract each day by 1, each month by 1, and simply count up while the day that we're currently in is less than So I think we can figure this out. In constant time. And even if we did the counting version, so there's 2 versions, you can do the counting or maybe simulation version or the math version, which I think just basically means if we have month 8, for example, we want to add up every month, right, to the numbers, right? 30, 28, 31, right? You get some number like 128, right? And what we want to do is subtract the calculated day number of that date subtracted by another date. Now, what should the 2 dates actually be? to get the time where they overlap, it should be Alice's. It should be leave Alice minus arrive Bob. So if we check leave Alice, right, we have 18, right? 18 minus arrive Bob inclusive gives us 16. So maybe we'll add one for inclusivity, because they would share that day as well. So we just need to calculate let leave Alice day equals 0 minus arrive Bob day, and then we can just say return if days is days plus 1. Actually, we'll probably want to add we'll let days equal this value, right? And then if days was greater than 0, right, then we want to say add 1 to days for the inclusive part. And we can say if days is greater than 0, we'll return days. Otherwise, we should return 0 because there would be no overlap. Wait, even if we did the days version, how could we even tell that there was overlap? This would get us a difference between their. Yeah, I think you could solve this by creating the days for all of them. Actually, you wouldn't even need this part. You just need to know at a minimum that Bob's arrival day is at least after that. That Bob's arrival day is before Alice's leave day. So you can say if arrive Bob day is less than leave Alice day, right, we'll return days. Otherwise, we'll return 0 because there's no overlap, right? And to calculate leave Alice day, we first have to go for let I equals we'll let leave Alice month, right, and leave Alice day, right, equal to leave Alice, right, which is a string that we're going to split by dash, which would give us an array. We're going to map over, right, and then turn into a number, right? And while I is less than leave Alice month, right, I plus plus, we're going to say leave Alice day plus equal months sub so our I is equal to 0, I is less than leave Alice month, so Alice leaves in the 8th month, right? So we want to add 0 through index 7, which we actually can do, just add months sub I. Then you can even set leave Alice day equal to and then we'll say leave Alice total days plus equal months sub I. I never started the timer, So this makes no sense. I think I can't tell how much time has passed. I think it's like 7 minutes. But we'll just put it at 22 because I don't really know. This will give us an amount. We'll duplicate this, and we could even turn this into a function. And then we'll say arrive Bob total days is equal to arrive Bob day. So let's see if this makes any sense at all. Our output was 489, which is pretty bad. Something is probably a little off. If we go ahead and print console.log leave Alice total days and arrive Bob total days, doesn't seem to be immediately obvious. Eight and 16. Oh, this is supposed to say leave Bob total days or arrive Bob total days. There you go. I knew that we were onto something here. It was just a little bit misguided. Oh, I want to say it's arrive Bob total days. If it's less than leave Alice total days. Oh, it might actually be reversed, because to know that they actually overlap, arrive Bob total days would have to be greater than leave Alice total days. Wait. Arrive Bob is 8:16. Bob has to arrive before Alice leaves. Bob arrives yeah, it should be less than. Then we get further down the edge cases. Bob arrives, Alice arrives. Alice leaves on 12:22 and Bob arrives on 6:21, which means that he also needs to arrive after she arrives, which is the problem. So let's just let's turn this whole thing into we're just gonna paste this at the top. And it's just gonna return the absolute position of the day in the year. So Bob has to arrive before Alice leaves. And he has to arrive greater than or equal to when she arrives. Right, they have to be overlapping. They can overlap on either side. I was checking only if Bob is overlapping with Alice. We need to check if Alice is overlapping with Bob. We should have just done the simulation version. One way to fix this is to just make it so that we should have just done the simulation version. We can just switch this around, but it ends up being just kind of ghetto. You can do it like this. If this first case right, or the same case again but swapped around, return days. Otherwise it'll return 0. So leave Bob day. Just the persons. Arrive Alice day. Leave Bob day. Arrive Alice day. And we'll remove the or and we'll turn it into an else if. And it's a little messy, but yeah, in the future I think we should just do the simulation version. Leave Bob day. return days. And then I think this should work. $6.19. Alright, I think we gotta cut this whole thing out. I think we're just gonna do the simulation version. I think we can just let days equal 0. Return days. We'll let current day equal whichever is smaller, whoever arrives first. So if arrive Alice day is less than leave Bob day, the current day will start at arrive Alice day, otherwise it will start at leave Bob day. And then leave Alice day is less than leave Bob day, then the last day will be leave Alice day. Current day should start at the earliest day. The last day and we'll say while current day is less than or equal to the last day, right? We're going to do some work, and then in here we'll say while some value is true, days plus equal 1. So if day is less than if day, if current day is less than Alice's last day, and current day is greater than or equal to Alice's last Alice's day, and current day is less than or equal to Bob leave day, and current day is greater than or equal to arrive Bob day. Oh, yeah, I realized I made a mistake when we're adding the months to the days. We have to subtract one because in the 12th month we had all the days instead of only adding the first 11 months days and adding the days attached to that. So I see why this problem has so many dislikes. Yeah, this is a lot. So I think probably spent more than 27 minutes, but I think we'll stop there for today.